Howdy, y'all. Before the show begins, I'm here to tell you that Kaiju Lycon returns for 2023. On Saturday and Sunday, July 1st and 2nd, each night we'll be recording 2 episodes, count them, 2 episodes of Mostly Speakin' Sentai live on twitch.tv/Mostly Speakin' Sentai from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. Central Time. On July 1st, R2 Shelby 2 of the Rom Complex and Formulaic joins us to discuss Rebirth of Mothra. Then, Steve Introvoid Barnes, a sweet child of time, hops on for Guar's Phallus in Wonderland. Moving to July 2nd, Rob of Tokyo Lives returns to talk Turbo, a Power Rangers movie. Then, Corwin of This Movie's Gay graces us with their presence to dive into Godzilla vs. Megalon. Again, that's July 1st and 2nd, 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. Central Time, live on twitch.tv/Mostly Speakin' Sentai. Now, on to the show! Today on the Dirt Bike Track, we learned that one of the hosts of this show is probably okay with stalking if, and only if, the stalker is a true-to-life bug beetle. I'll give you a hint, it's not me.
I'm Nicole.
And this is Mostly Speakin' Spider-Man. Well, hello there. This is James. Welcome again to Mostly Speakin' Sentai. I'm here with my beautiful co-host, Nicole Jacobs. How are you today?
I'm scared.
As you should be. Always be in a constant state of fear around me. Not because I'm going to harm you physically or emotionally, but my bursts of energy are that of dynamite. They will be there. They will sit. And once the wick is lit, which is always, it will be in a constant combustion. Ha ha! Nicole, how are you?
I already said I'm scared.
Yeah, well, now
sir.
you're not. The fear is over, okay? Oh, you get off from a roller coaster that's Batman themed and the Joker's there. Once the Joker leaves and you're off the ride, you're like, okay, you want to know what? I can live my life. Or are you always scared of the Joker, huh?
Yeah.
Oh my God, you must be scared nonstop. He's constantly everywhere these days.
Because once I get off that ride, I get back in line.
Mm-hmm. You watch goddamn Rise of Skywalker and you're reminded Joker.
I don't.
Mark Hamill's the Joker voice, and he's also Luke Skywalker.
Okay.
You listen to an episode of Futurama, you hear Bender or maybe Adventure Time more up your speed, and you're like, huh, John DiMaggio, Joker.
Mm-hmm.
He was Joker in Under the Red Hood. Mm-hmm. Just in case anyone comes and is like, he was into Joker, smack you. You see a man with a mustache that's been painted.
You just said you weren't going to be violent.
I'm not violent. That's a smack of love.
Okay.
And I'll give you a clap of drugs.
How much is a clap of
drugs? A clap of drugs is like a chlamydia level of drugs.
Okay.
Yeah, so like a shit ton.
Yeah,
There's a lot of chlamydia out there, Nicole.
There's a large volume of chlamydia in the world.
Wonder if you got together all the chlamydia in the world in like a vial, how big of a vial would you need? And it would be pretty vile.
A big one.
And then you just like send it to Jackass and they're, oh no, you send it to the Doughboys for a drink or stank and they're like, hey, it's just a nondescript container a fan sent us for drink or stank. Let's drink it. They drink it and they're like, oh man, has a little bit of tang. I give that a drink. And then they find out it's chlamydia and they're like, oh, you sick fucks.
Yeah, they look at like the bottom of it and it says all of the chlamydia.
Mm-hmm. Which I guess would be pretty cool. Now all of a sudden only one person has chlamydia. Because they drank the chlamydia. Except chlamydia unless it gets in your blood.
Before that, 0 people had it.
Yeah. Well, no, because we took all the chlamydia away from everyone.
Yeah.
And now just one person has it. And for people having that, those two, they're not sleeping around, so.
Right.
But speaking of people who don't sleep around, because they're goddamn together, they don't need to sleep around. I guess, depending on how many rooms they have or how much they travel, they could be sleeping literally around. You know, Z's style. I'm not talking about sex.
Yeah.
Literal sleeping. Oh, maybe you sleepwalk? That's sleeping around.
Sleep walk on that deck.
Okay, yeah.
I was trying to like bring the deck into it and it didn't work.
That big old deck.
Oh,
Yeah.
They have an award-winning big deck. You know them from It Takes Two to Toku. They do. You're laughing. It's not an innuendo. This is a real thing. A literal deck made of wood and not Yu-Gi-Oh.
World famous deck heads.
Uh-huh. It's Stephen Craig from It Takes Two to Toku.
Hey, guys.
Hello there.
We got that big deck energy for you.
That's it.
And hey, guys, listen to Mostly Speaking Sentai After Dark. You'll hear us talk about the deck, but we want to hear it from you guys. What's this big deck everyone's talking about?
Everyone just can't get enough of our big deck. They put their feet on it, which isn't really my thing, but,
No.
you know, some people that might be, that might be a good thing.
Never been into crowds, but like now all of a sudden with this whole big deck, there's crowds everywhere.
Yeah, they just can't seem to get enough of it.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, thankfully there is enough to go around.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's so
I
big.
mean, we're serving it up since the sun goes up until the sun goes down.
Yeah, we're having all the rotisserie chicken on it.
You would think it
really
would be
delicious.
exhausting, but it's
Yeah.
actually just
And you're okay with the deck picks?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah,
all the
yeah.
unsolicited deck
Oh,
picks.
Yeah.
Love them.
Riveting.
I love a dirty deck, you know? But yours
Unwashed.
has obviously been pressure washed.
Yeah, sometimes you gotta hose off that
We
deck.
just let nature take its course. Rain kind of, washes away.
Okay.
It washes away a lot of sins
Does.
on that deck.
Yeah.
I was going to say the same thing. Literally, I was going to be like, yeah, rain washes away sin. But for real, what's this big deck about?
At the cabin, we just have this deck that was like, we were tired of painting it every other year.
It's falling apart.
It was falling apart. It was miserable. Like, you'd have to like set aside so much time to get that deck done.
Yeah.
And we
More of a liability than a weekend. Really.
Yeah. So we replaced it with the composite deck.
Yes.
And now we never have to paint it ever again, and it's amazing.
Yes. Ta-da.
And everyone loves to sit on our big deck.
Yes.
But how did it win this award?
Oh, okay.
We're done with the entendres. Okay, all right. Okay.
So,
This could go on for a bit.
So I was working with the lady to order the material, and when it was like crazy, like we couldn't get somebody to build it, and finally like found somebody, and so she was like super patient and amazing. So we worked with her for like months to get the material ordered, and then so when it was finally done, I sent her pictures. I was like, oh, this, thank you so much. This is how it came out. Came out great. We're so happy with it. And then a few months go by. As she responded, she was like, oh, great, glad everything went well. If you need anything else, let me know. And then a few months get by, and then the other week, the marketing department emails me, and it's like, hey, you guys won Deck of the Month.
Woo!
We don't know if we were the only deck.
Yeah. So apparently the salesperson must have submitted it to the marketing department.
Hey, we got one.
Yeah. Like what is the crowd size?
Right,
What is the pool? Like who actually responds back to the salesperson with finished pictures? I do, because I'm a dork, so I'm probably the only one that did. And
Hence the victory.
Hence, we get a mug. We have not gotten the mug yet, but we will we will take pictures and post them when we get it on our big deck.
That's it.
Enjoying
Hell
a nice cup of chlamydia.
Yes.
Ooh, sip it down with a big ol' malted syphilis. What do you think is the tastiest STI?
Definitely not warts. I mean, that one's, you have to like pick that one out of your teeth. Mm-hmm. I think chlamydia sounds pretty good. I mean, we always said, like, they're beautiful names. Like, if you had a daughter, you want to name your daughter Chlamydia. You want to name her Gonorrhea. Like, they're beautiful names. Like, Chlamydia, Gonorrhea, dinner's ready. Coming,
My
Mom.
daughter's name is Crabs.
They're always itching for a bedtime story.
So quick with it.
But yeah, I think chlamydia is probably pretty tasty. What do you think?
Sure. Yes.
It sounds like clamato, so why
It
not?
does. Why do I always dream of clamato? Right, exactly. It's like, what's this red saucy beverage?
Clamato. Have another
Chlamydia.
drink.
You said chlamydia. I said yes. Was that your?
No, I was gonna say,
what's your
what
opinion?
do you think?
What's your tasty best?
I can only, for some weird reason, think of herpes. I think does not taste good. And
Yeah, no,
would
that's-
herpes be a good name for someone?
I mean, that's like the third or fourth child when like you really don't like them anymore. And
Chlamydia, gonorrhea, go get herpes.
There's an ant. Oh man, guys. Nicole's about to kill an ant, and we just watched the ant bully. I think Nicole's going to be a tiny person tomorrow.
we had ants at work the other day.
With a Z?
Yes, yeah.
All right.
Absolutely. Like cartoon ants just going all over the place on skateboards and getting stuck to gum.
Did they have skateboards and ants with a Z?
I just remember, I never saw the movie itself. I just remember the trailer. And I specifically remember skateboards and somebody getting stuck in gum.
That was at the height of the Pixar magic.
That's not Pixar.
No, that was Bugs Life. So that was
I'm thinking
them
Bugs
trying
Life.
to
I'm
compete
sorry. I'm thinking
with
Bugs Life. Okay.
Pixar, yeah.
Did not see ants. I'm like, I don't think they were skateboards, but I'm thinking Bugs Life. Sorry.
Yeah.
I gotta rewatch Ants. I know there's someone, the star of it is a monster, but there's hundreds of other
If you
people.
download it illegally.
Okay, what if I buy it secondhand for $1 at
Yeah, that's fine.
the Reckless Records?
Yeah.
Okay.
As long as you're supporting a small business.
What if I get it from Walmart?
Get it for free from the trash.
Okay, I'll find it in the trash. I'm surprised I haven't found that movie in the trash.
Yeah.
What's the greatest thing you ever found in the trash?
Well, Steve's going to say me.
Ooh. How did you two meet? That's a better question.
Oh.
It was a dumpster fire. I had to save his life. No, I'm kidding.
We met on one of those apps that people meet on.
Kids.
Just like, an app where you talk to people and you make fun plans about what you're going to do.
Actually, funny story, because the night we actually ended up meeting was the night that he showed me an episode of Die Ranger. And I was like, this is amazing. And we were talking about it. It was a great episode. Die Ranger's amazing. And I said, did you ever hear about Japanese Spider-Man? Honest to God truth. Honest to God truth.
First date.
First date. And he's like, no. And I said, well, when I used to go to Icon, which was the sci-fi convention out at Stony Brook on Long Island here, that was like before it became like the big conventions and things, they always had like the bootlegs. So they had bootleg VHS. And so the bootleg VHS tapes would go around and you could get like the whole series of Batman, like the 60s show was like a bookshelf worth. But they had the Japanese Spider-Man and it was subtitled on VHS and you could get like a number of tapes of it. And I saw one because the guy was playing it as like to sell you on it. And I think I bought one of the tapes. I don't remember, but
like $60 a tape.
They were ridiculously expensive because
they were,
no one had ever seen them. So he said no, he'd never seen them. So I quickly hopped on YouTube. Sorry, I commandeered your computer there for a minute, and there it was, and we watched it on YouTube. And Japanese Spider-Man.
Been magic ever since.
Yeah.
Dang. So yeah, that's Die Ranger. That's how this podcast started out, and Spider-Man's how this is. But we're not going to get into Spider-Man real quick. I do want to know, but we ain't got to find out what's the greatest thing you ever found in a trash. I'm kidding, guys.
Oh, okay.
For me, it's this TV that we use for streaming. Found that in the trash. And I found Silent Hill and sold that for $180.
Nice.
Okay.
And I tried to play test it, and James laughed at me.
Oh, yeah, very funny. I was in this room, Nicole's in the living room, and I hear Nicole, she's like, oh, before I put this out on the eBay, I need to make sure it actually starts up and plays. So I hear it like start up, and she's like, awesome, so far, so good. And then it starts like, I hear like ambient noise playing, and then I hear like click, click, clip, 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 like someone walking, and Nicole's like, what is this? And then she's like, what's wrong with this game? And then it clicks in my head. I'm like, Nicole's never played a game with tank controls. She didn't understand how to move.
How the fuck do you walk in this game?
Poorly. That's how. Oh, disgusting.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know about best, but I could say most embarrassing was when, my mom was driving through the neighborhood, found these chairs at the curb that she thought was like amazing. So under the cover of darkness, she recruits me and my sister to go get them. Super embarrassed. We were in like high school. Like this is like so beneath us, even though neither of us were very cool. Well, my sister was cool. I was not cool.
Yeah.
So this was like beneath us. Like we did not want to go into people's trash and steal it. But so under cover of darkness, we go, but we make such a racket stealing them. Not stealing them, they were garbage. We were just loading them up into the car that the homeowners came out and were like, do you guys need help? And we're like, no, do you mind if we take these? And it was just super embarrassing. And they were just like outdoor chairs that Mom like absolutely needed.
I'm trying to find the picture of it. So I did find something very cool in the garbage. And if I can't get it real quick, I will just forget it. It was actually a life-size statue of Spider-Man.
What?
I'm sorry, it's going to keep coming back to me. It was a mannequin in the Tobey Maguire outfit.
What?
And the guy had it like posed like, I guess he had like the fingers like in the Spider-Man, like the web shooting. And it was just standing out there in the garbage. And I'm like, what is this? And I grabbed it and it broke.
No.
The mannequin snaps in half, and but the suit is still holding it together, so it's all disjointed, and it's like this weird amorphous Spider-Man thing. And we had it in the back room for a long time with my parents.
You still have the suit, right?
I still have the suit. The suit was good. The mannequin was crap, but the suit was actually, it had like all the raised webbing on it and the mirrors, and it was really cool.
Hell yeah.
So,
well,
the real theme going here.
Speaking of Spider-Man, I guess. Guys, what's your experience with the web slinger at large?
Well, so I was on a date with some random weirdo, and he was like, have you ever heard of Japanese Spider-Man? I'm like, get the fuck out of here, nerd.
Same.
I mean, it's Spider-Man at large, like the entire franchise.
Okay, yeah. So you know Spider-Man, like the cartoon growing up, but then in 2002, I had just seen the classic movie Star Wars Attack of the Clones. And I, as the diehard Star Wars fan, was like, this is the most amazing movie on the face of the planet. And meanwhile, now, like, Attack of the Clones really sucks, and it's, like, absolutely on the bottom. Yeah, like, no one likes Attack of the Clones. But at the time, I really did. And then, like, a month later, Sam Raimi's Spider-Man comes out. And this wasn't just me being a Star Wars fanboy, because I watched it, like, a couple years later. I really, genuinely do not care for Sam Raimi's Spider-Man. Like, I didn't enjoy, and I know now, like now that I know movies more, I know Sam Raimi has that style, and like that's like his shtick that he's going for. But for whatever reason, like I just did not like that movie. But then for like months after that, everyone was like, this is how Star Wars should be. Like it takes it seriously, and it's a great movie, and the effects were awesome, and they don't talk about sand, and like, oh my God, it's the best thing ever. And I was like just fuming because I wanted to love and I told myself that I loved Attack of the Clones so much, and everyone was like raving about how awesome Spider-Man was.
And sand is your favorite part.
Exactly. It's coarse and rough and irritating, and it gets everywhere, especially on that big deck of mine.
It's a pain, isn't it?
When the third movie came out, did you just like run up to everyone and smack them and be like, yeah, they're talking about sand now, aren't they?
Yeah, they're getting in on that Attack of the Clones business.
But
yeah, even like the second Spider-Man 2 was better for me. And now I enjoy Spider-Man 2 a lot more. And then 3 was just kind of like iffy from the get-go. But yeah, the Sam Raimi Spider-Man's never really like did it for me. I actually like the Amazing Spider-Man movies, the Andrew Garfield ones. I thought they were kind of good. The second one's just absolutely ridiculous, but like in a fun way.
Ooh.
And then the Tom Holland ones I really like. And like going back to No Way Home, like I have an affinity for Tobey Maguire, like showing up there. Like I can get excited for that. But I still kind of hold a grudge against that first Spider-Man movie, I'm not going to lie.
All right.
Yeah, wow. And rant.
Start new rant. Spider-Man was the first VHS my family ever rented from the video store in 19... So when we were little here, when I was little, that's...
Whoa!
Yeah. That's been Toys R Us was a store. I don't know if the kids know Toys R Us. but they would have superhero weekends, and you could go and you could meet Spider-Man, Batman, Wonder Woman, the Incredible Hulk. They were all line up, it was basically the excuse to get the kids into the store, but Spider-Man. And I was like 3 years old maybe, 3 or 4, and that was my hero. It was my first hero, and that was the first video we ever rented because they had come out with a live-action 70s show way back, and it was the American version, which very poo-pooed,
Mm-hmm.
But it was Spider-Man. It was on TV. Hey, who can't go wrong with that? But I was just addicted.
Hell yeah.
Like all the movies, I bought all the miniseries because they did a lot of like TV specials. They never had like a full series. It was all just like TV specials. So I ended up getting them on DVD.
Yeah.
At one of the conventions that we went to. Yeah. And that was my thing. So I was hooked ever since. So anything Spider-Man, I was always about.
So for the listeners at home, Steve was showing us a picture of him as like a 4 or 5 year old.
4.
Yeah, 4-year-old meeting Spider-Man at Toys R Us. So we'll send you guys that picture if you want to include it with your social media posts.
You do not need to do that
listeners
at all.
at home.
I am a little perplexed.
It's adorable.
Why weren't you crying in that photo?
Why wasn't I? That was my second time around. I went back.
Okay.
And said I wanted to meet him again.
The first time you were dangerously crying and fearing for your life, correct?
No.
That doesn't track because when I met Batman as a child for my 2nd or 3rd birthday...
Which Batman did you meet, though?
It would have been the Tim Burton-esque Batman. It was my father dressed up as him, and once he came in the room, I started screaming, why is he not on the TV screen? He's fake. And I just would assume all children would run and scream from people who are on TV all of a sudden in real life.
I met the Adam West Batman and the Linda Carter Wonder Woman.
Hell yeah.
I was all right with that. That was fun. And then the Hulk was just like this giant, like, costume that this guy wore. So he looked like a giant piece of sweaty broccoli. It was ridiculous. So it wasn't really intimidating. Some of the kids were scared. I do remember that, actually.
So when I was in elementary school, and my mom was involved in the school and stuff, and I was in kindergarten, and for the older kids, they were bringing in this robot, like this, like kind of like Lost in Space robot, just like big and clunky, but it was like a legit robot. It wasn't a man in a suit. And I loved Transformers. So my mom was like, even though I wasn't supposed to be at that assembly with the older kids, she like pulled some strings to get me there to see the robot on stage, as she was going to be on stage with the robot. And she was like so excited. She pulled some strings, got me out of class so I can go to the assembly. Hysterical crying. Absolutely hysterical crying. Like, I could not handle my mom being up there with a robot. I had to be taken out of the assembly. And they still make fun of me to this day.
Because you were like, oh my God, I wish I could be up there, or because you were scared?
I was terrified.
Okay.
No idea why. It was a robot. I love Transformers, but for some reason, being in the same room as my mom on stage with a robot absolutely terrified me.
Nicole, do you have any stories where you met someone you idolized? Like a Invader Zim or something?
No, not anything that comes to mind.
Okay, you didn't see Jack Sparrow and be like, oh my God.
No.
You didn't see a cow from Harvest Moon and say, holy shit.
I remember like going to Disney and having one of those autograph books.
And no
then
one
you have
signed
the
it.
characters sign it.
Oh, okay.
But I wasn't scared of any of them.
I'm still scared of those fucks. I take a wide berth when I'm at an amusement park. It's gotten better over the years, but I'm still scared.
Yeah.
Now, are you scared of the face characters or the total plushie characters? Which one's more scary?
Total plushie.
Yeah.
At
Okay.
Michigan's Adventure in Muskegon, they have Peanuts characters, and I'm still scared of them, even though I know most of the time it's just like a 15-year-old short girl inside these costumes, because that's the only people who can fit in them.
Yeah, that checks out.
Mm-hmm. And a lot of my friends growing up were working there as these, and they were all like, hey, I'm a 14-year-old girl who's 5'1".
Yeah, most of the people working there were teens.
But speaking of working, oh my God, sister is working in that dress today. on Spider-Man.
Excuse you.
Forgot her name. Hitomi? No, that's the
Shinko.
Shinko.
Yeah.
Wait, that's
Shinko.
her name?
Yeah.
I don't remember ever typing out Shinko onto a character reference sheet.
Well, I don't know. You got a fucked up memory, dude.
Uh-oh. It's probably from
I'm
all that
terrible with
trauma.
names, so I never remember.
Probably, yeah.
I was gonna say from all that weed.
I don't do enough. Also, I do weed as a 30-year-old man. It hasn't affected and I do it once a week. My
You do
memory's-
it more than once a week.
Okay, well, sometimes to fall asleep, I'll do it more. Mm-hmm. Check up.
Speaking of weed, my mom is doing gummies now.
Oh, yeah.
The whole cancer treatment. It's like, if you knew my mom, like, Miss, like, prim and proper, like, asking her to do anything related with marijuana, you might as well tell her to, like, stick up a convenience store.
Yeah, that's how my mom is.
So if she ever heard that, like, any of our friends did it or anything, it was like, oh my goodness. Like, so you kept that stuff on lockdown. And now here she is doing gummies, living her best life.
Yeah?
Very proud of her.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
She was straight edge like James, but now she's
2020 changed a lot of people, guys.
yeah.
You want to get into this episode?
Yeah, let's do it.
Dive in.
All right, today we are episode discussing, yes, I messed up, 9 of Spider-Man Toei style, entitled, I believe, The Autonomous Accessory is the Horned Beetle Spy in Love, maybe?
Yes. That's,
I think that was the full
That
title.
sounds about right.
Sure.
And a quick rundown, there's a beetle who needs to be spying on the sister. I found out today her name's Shinko. And she's like, oh, I'm going around, but there's this beetle always following. And then he ends up falling in love because she's giving him the time and day, just truly not kicking him while he's down. And then he's like, hey, I'm going to steal this dress. Uh-oh, this armed robbery just became homicide too. And then he says, I'm going to sacrifice for my love, Spider-Man.
all right, that was great. We'll see you. No.
And that's it.
And that's
Yeah.
it. Yes.
So have you guys watched this entire series?
No, just like random episodes.
Yeah,
I think,
random
from like
episodes,
here and
which
there.
is-
We never saw this one before, so this was our first time watching this
Yeah.
one.
Hell yeah.
This is the episode that made me love this show.
I thought it was a cat one.
No.
Okay.
It was a good one. I mean,
It
like,
was good.
I hate bugs. Like, I'm terrified of bugs.
Yeah.
Are most of the villains bugs, or is it just really this one that was like very bug themed?
Just this one. There might be a spider later on, but we've seen a cat, a lizard, a ghost maybe, an eyeball,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I feel like there have been a couple bugs.
maybe a scorpion. Oh yeah, there was a scorpion
Yeah.
because he shot out those things that it looked like an anus.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. From his forehead.
Like, Japanese kids love bugs. Like, they just go hunting for like the biggest, most disgusting
Yeah.
bugs on the face of the planet.
Yeah.
They do.
Yeah,
The
yeah,
summertime activity.
Uh-huh.
That's why we have Pokemon.
I mean, what you didn't try to catch bugs when you were a kid?
Absolutely not. The only time I had to catch bugs was when I had a pet frog for like a couple months, and I had to get moths to feed it. And I would turn on the outside light and try to attract moths and get them. And then that's like the first time I could like catch a bug and handle it. But other than that, no way.
Yeah.
Okay.
Terrifying.
We now know why you only had this frog a couple months. You were scared of catching these moths.
Didn't feed it.
It was too much work. Like,
Frog's like, yeah, well, thanks. I croaked.
oh.
Jeez. All right.
I don't know if I've told this story on the podcast before. I know I've told you before. When I was a kid, my brother and I like caught, there was just like an ant. And then we were like, what would happen if we put a spider in there? And we put like a little spider in there and they fought to the death. And I believe the spider won. And then we like felt really bad about it and held a funeral for the ant and like had like a mini like cross where we buried it like out of toothpicks.
And then they shrunk you down to ants and you learned how to be
yeah.
part of the colony.
Yeah.
Hey guys, tomorrow on the Patreon, Ant Bully.
what if the ant was Buddhist and like you put a cross on it and it was like desecrating its grave?
No.
On top of all of that.
Like further torture, like we killed you and also we
And
are...
now it has to come back again. Once more reincarnated.
Oh,
3 days later,
Oh.
trying to push that door boulder out of the way.
Ants are strong.
The true, yeah.
You know, any
The
insect can
ant
do
is
it.
Jesus now?
Yeah, and Jesus.
It's just very, very capable. It's just very capable.
Yeah.
So yes, Kabutan, that was the monster's name.
Yes.
Yes.
With his blue diamond laser.
Mm-hmm. That is 10 times or 100 times more powerful than regular lasers.
That's it. Watch out.
It's actually pronounced Blue Damon Jr.
Oh.
I know that's a wrestling reference. Blue Diamond Laser sounds a lot like Blue Damon Jr. If you know, it's the same cadence.
Yeah.
Yeah, right off the top.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, what's your guys' first notes?
Well, my first one was Japanese kids love bugs.
Mm-hmm.
But then getting into... So, sister's going to work or school or wherever she goes, and a friend comes out of nowhere and is like, come on summer vacation with me. And the sister is like, yeah.
Hey,
yeah,
single white female.
Let me think about that.
Yeah.
And like that's my excuse. Like, ease up. I'm not going on summer vacation with you. Let me think about it. I'll get back to you.
Right.
But then she
I
does.
just thought that friend was coming on a little strong.
Right. And she has an important job. She works for a scientist that's developing a meteorite detector.
Oh, yeah.
But the meteorites are underground. And they're saying it's a huge astrological find. But if they're underground, are they not geological?
Yeah. That just,
I don't know. Anyway,
it was gonna like teach us about the
Science.
universe, but like
Yes.
asteroids buried underground.
And I think the Army's concerned that their base could be discovered because of the detector that's looking at the underground. So they're afraid their base will be found out, hence the villain.
I think they also came here on a meteorite. Like, I think there is some logic behind
Oh, they're trying to tie that in.
I missed that
Yeah.
part. Okay.
My note on that was all science has merits, but making ground meteorites your life's purpose guarantees you a supreme swirly.
That stuck out to us also.
Well, they kept getting served by every time they would sit down to look at their paperwork, the monster would attack and they'd have to run out of the room again.
I love Amazonis holding an actual beetle and talking to it, just like very seriously. And then the guy voicing the beetle going, as a response.
That's very much your Nicolas Cage impression.
But then I'm like, oh, it's a beetle. It can't talk. That's why it's responding like that. But then in the next scene, it starts talking. And I was like, what?
What a cold woman.
It's
Yes, what
just
a cold
moaning.
I really liked how Professor Monster was like, hey, Beetle, show Amazonis your laser beam, babe. And then the thing's like, oh, yeah, I'll show you it, dude. And it's just like, if you had a friend who could shoot laser beams out of them, it would get so annoying at parties of everyone just being like, yo, man, show us your laser beam. And they'd be just like, oh, my God, I don't want to do this, but okay. I should make this meme. You know that Simpsons meme of them saying like, yeah, say the thing. And then he goes, and then it's the little beetle and he goes, and then laser beam shoots out and they go, yeah.
I was thinking of that but in terms of giving Henry a treat for doing the begging trick. He's like, I don't want to do this, but I gotta get that treat.
I think he does it just behind my back all the time. And I only know Henry does this thing where he like gets up on his hind legs and does begging like this. He goes, meow, meow, meow. And he doesn't really meow though. But he'll do that. And there are times when I'll be cleaning dishes or preparing Nicole's breakfast, and I'll turn around to go into the refrigerator, and he's just doing that in my direction. I'm like, dude, you're not going to get anything if you're doing it to my back. He's not that smart, guys.
Yes, he is.
No, he's dumb as a doornail.
He's perfect.
No, I'm kidding. A doornail can actually open a door.
Can a doornail open the door? What is a doornail? What is a doornail?
I think a doornail is just like that keeps the hinges on. That's what I've always thought it.
Yeah, I guess that'd be a nail.
Okay.
All right.
I also need to, because I can't edit all of the dumb shit I've not been saying. Hey guys, I don't know why I haven't been able to talk properly today.
Oh,
Too
you're
much
great.
weed.
I'm not high.
You're hanging out with my mom too much.
I wish. That means I'd be on Long Island.
Yeah.
Real quick, maybe last week, Nicole's talking to me. It's late. And I start talking oddly. And she goes, man, are you high on that allergy medicine? And I go, maybe. Allergy medicine gets me so calm and relaxed and high. I'm like, everyone should be doing this.
Which allergy medicine? I want it.
I don't know. Nicole would have to tell you. Because I just started getting allergies after 32 years on the planet.
So I didn't know this until recently, that there are like different, like I thought like allergy medicine is allergy medicine, like, but there's actually like different types where it has the like long ass name. And the one that I get is loratadine because that's the only kind that doesn't make me drowsy.
Good to know.
It gives me a nice body high and it's awesome.
But of course,
All
it's
right.
like the most expensive one.
Well, I'll pay for the neck one, okay?
But actually, like what is that, like Kroger brand is super good. But like everywhere else, it's pretty expensive.
Jacked to the heels.
Mostly speaking allergy medicine.
Mostly speaking ailments.
So when do they start wearing beetles around their neck?
Yeah, well,
that was
that European
horrifying.
trend of
Yeah.
autonomous jewelry.
That's right after she puts medicine on his wing.
Uh-huh.
Yes, rubbing alcohol,
yeah.
which I'm sure would kill it.
Yeah.
I'm sure that would kill
I
it.
was a little nervous about that.
Yeah.
Which is before he like initially tries to confront the scientists, but Spider-Man's like, oh, I'm going to hold up a mirror and blast you. And then Amazonas comes in after the battle's done, and she's like, what are you, an idiot? And he's like, why are you calling me an idiot? And she goes, only an idiot would shoot themselves.
Yeah, serious. She was kind of a bitch.
She has no management skills whatsoever, I think.
Yeah, and this, speaking on Amazonas, this is the first episode that I noticed her attire has like a belly button window on it.
Yeah.
It feels very millennium fashion, like something that Britney Spears would have worn, but I don't think she
Yeah.
ever did. This needs to be brought back if it was ever here because it's hot.
I think you're going to be the only one on that,
I don't like
on that
it.
wagon.
No, what if someone ripped abs, just like they're wearing a normal shirt, but then you see their ripped abs in like this, it looks like it's jailed up because there's chain link around it.
They
And you're
have
like,
an
oh
ab
my
window?
God. Yeah, they have an ab window.
No, that's weird.
No.
I wouldn't even be looking at their abs. I'd be like, why the fuck is there a hole there? Like on purpose.
What if, oh, it's so hot out, but I need to be wearing a shirt?
my abs are so sore?
Yes, you open that up because, oh, I'm in a professional setting. I can't wear a midriff. Guess what? Belly button
Wow.
window.
You need to vent those
Those cum gutters.
Yeah.
They're coming in good, guys.
Yeah.
I've sown the seed, and now they're rising to the surface. The worms, Tremor style.
Harvest those gutters.
So I'm gonna start calling them cum graboids. Okay.
Fuck.
That's from Tremors, the worms. No, my thighs are graboids. When I look at them, I'm like, oh my God, I got a graboid. And then my cum gutters are just snakes almost.
Anything else before you move on to autonomous accessories?
Guys, the art department painted a living beetle. There's no workaround. They shouldn't have done that.
They were on a budget without ethics.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. But yeah, my note after that is, would you wear a bug?
No.
Oh, hell
I would
no.
absolutely not wear a bug.
No.
It was like in her cleavage at some point.
It was
like...
That was one of my notes. Beetle in her boobs.
Yeah, and he says, her titty fumes are making me dizzy. She must be wearing lead-based deodorant.
Yeah, that's exactly what he said.
He was trying to track the rack.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
Yeah, her perfume was too strong for him.
Yeah.
So boobies can have windows, but bellies can't. Is that what everyone's coming here with? Because you can have, like, deep cleavage and, like, put a window into that.
Sure.
I think at that point, just take your shirt off. Just go for it.
You want to know what? The only workaround is you go Gotham season 4 style, where like every single episode to just make Barbara Gordon. Did you guys watch Gotham?
Little bit. We kind of dropped off
Yeah.
halfway through.
Oh, you guys should have kept
yeah,
going.
that's fair.
Season 4 is...
You have to have the right mindset, James,
Yes.
because if you're like watching it and you're like, this is a serious show, yeah, obviously you're going to be like, this fucking sucks. But if you're like, oh, wait, this is a soap opera now, it's the best.
Which is weird because it started as this like very nice prestige level television show, and then it just obviously the only way you can make prestige television to all of a sudden incorporate superheroes, it needs to become trashy. And I think that's our first experience of watching trashy television and being like, this is awesome.
Yeah.
But on season 4, every time Barbara Gordon got more powerful, or I guess more power in the like Gotham crime syndicate, the series starts out with her just having on a turtleneck. And then as the series goes, that turtleneck goes into a V, then a deep V, then a deeper V, then all the way down to past her belly button. And it's like, just like have an open blazer on now, guys.
She probably
Did she end up turning into Harley Quinn?
No.
No? Oh, okay. I thought that's where they were going to go.
Because
I'll have to watch it.
they weren't allowed to have the Joker in it at all.
Oh, so that other guy wasn't the Joker?
No, he is a Joker-like, but he was never classified as the Joker.
Oh, okay.
Because DC was like, well, people will get the Jared Leto Joker confused with this Joker. And it's like, dude, you guys literally have multiverses. It's fine.
Yeah. That's what I always hated about the CW shows, that they wouldn't let them use, like, well, now they let them do Superman, but they wouldn't for the longest time, like, let them do Superman, Batman. Yeah.
They were not
It's
allowed
like,
to.
no, they'll confuse the audience. It's like, no one's getting confused.
No, believe me. We're all watching the shows because we know what's up.
Yeah.
But yeah, you guys wouldn't wear bugs.
No.
Absolutely not. Would you?
Would you steal a dress and kill the shop owner to bring it to someone?
I might for Nicole. It depends on how cool the dress is.
How cool was that dress, though?
It was fine. I also have my blue blockers on, so I can't really gauge it as well as you guys could.
I think, what did you refer to it as? A waitress at Chili's.
Or El Torito's. It looked like a waitress from El Torito's dress. Yeah.
And not only did the bug steal the dress, he stole the mannequin, too.
Hey,
Yeah.
I've done that.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't cite it for that. The murder, that might be, that's points off.
Relatable.
Relatable. The mannequin, take it.
So he sets up the dress and the mannequin in her apartment.
Yes. Who she's now convinced that Takuya, is it? He bought it for her.
Oh, yes. He's the best big brother.
Best big brother, and he's just...
She was so excited, like twirling around in her Chili's dress. Was just...
For a brief moment, he didn't know where he was and what he was doing. And,
Uh-huh.
and he's like, wait, that's not for me.
Nicole, we should go to Chili's.
No.
Eat fresh.
No.
Because when you're here, you can have it your
Baby
way.
back ribs.
I hate it.
You're going to love it. Chili's.
Wow.
They then I think this is before that kidnapping happens. Yes, it is. They let the bug free. And the sister says, because nature deserves to be among nature, which I believe nurture deserves to be among nurture, okay?
Absolutely.
Fair
Sure,
point.
James.
Absolutely fair. Yes, so the kid catches the bug again, or comes back because it's stalking her
At the pool.
at the pool. Yes.
At like the 70s snow resort pool.
Yes.
Which isn't a snow resort, but that's like...
When she walks to the elevator, you could smell the cigarettes in the carpet.
Oh,
Yeah.
Like,
God.
that's just, yeah.
I
That
love
was
it.
just-
But it was total snow resort. Like, is there like resorts that's just a pool? Well, I guess that's a resort. But like it struck me as like a 70s snow resort without the snow. And
So
instead
a
of-
resort.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know why I'm having such a hard time with this.
Okay, well, that's...
Yeah, that's fine. Like, we went to Hot Springs.
I just assumed it was a public pool.
No, that's in a fancy hotel.
Oh, okay.
Well, because that was in the hotel, and then she went and she found the scientists who were also at the hotel.
Oh, okay.
Fudge. Is this when the movie happens? This might be when the movie should be taking place as well, which they have to go stay at a hotel because Interpol tells them to stay at a hotel in the movie. That might be what's happening here as well.
Oh.
Oh, all right.
So she gets in the elevator at the hotel in her bathing suit and comes out of the elevator fully dressed.
Yeah.
So she got changed
11
in the
floors.
elevator.
I mean, she had time.
Well, she has that chunky ass bracelet on, which is just like Spider-Man's bracelet, where she clicks a button and then her clothing comes out and just zips up on her.
Zip. Uh-huh.
Like a loose skin.
Yes, perfect.
I have notes. You guys are so far ahead of me. Real quick.
I'm sorry.
sorry.
We're skipping. Sorry.
When they find out the dress has been stolen and the store clerk was murdered, they're like, well, we're the only two in Takuji to know this. So I was like, ho, that little boy murdered this man for this dress. He's like a chunky over there, you know? Child's Play, chunky.
Chunky. Yeah, the worst. Hey, you guys.
Oh, man.
Just that
Wow.
freaking chunky.
Chunky.
Then he does voodoo to then take over his daughter's body or something.
Yeah, and he puts on like the William Shatner mask that's
Nice.
painted white.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes. Starts eating cottage cheese with ketchup.
Uh-huh. Ridiculous.
Madness.
What is that from?
Oh, no, it was just nothing.
Okay. It was a very specific thing.
Someone might actually enjoy cottage cheese with ketchup.
It was former President Richard Nixon.
That's fine. That
Well,
sounds good.
that's-
Who are you talking about? It's me, all right? It's
Yes,
me. Fine.
it's fine. Guys, there's
Don't
nothing
judge me.
wrong.
Don't judge
It's
me.
disgusting. Have you seen
Ketchup
cottage
is good.
cheese slathered in
Thank
ketchup?
you.
That's fine.
No, absolutely not.
I thought it was weird when I found out people put like fruit in it, and that's the normal thing. And I was like, I grew up having vegetables in cottage cheese. So
Vegetables.
it was like, I was like, that's disgusting. You put fruit in it. So ketchup really isn't that far off.
This is my favorite way to eat cottage cheese. Throw it in the trash. No, I'm kidding. You put a little salt on it. You put some Frank's Red Hot on it, and then you take, or I guess normal people wouldn't be using a spoon to pick up Cheez-Its, but what I do is I pick up a Cheez-It on a spoon, and then I scoop up a little bit of that cottage cheese prepared my way, and then I eat that. That's the best way to eat cottage cheese.
There you go. James
Wow.
out weirded you.
That's not weird. I mean, the spoon thing is.
Well, you don't want to make a mess.
A cottage cheese, you should always be eating with a spoon.
Yeah.
Right.
So actually, it's not weird.
Well, a normal person might just take a Cheez-It and dip it into the cottage
Yeah.
cheese.
But then it gets on your fingernails, you know?
What about chopsticks?
Oh, you can chopstick.
Chopsticks?
Yeah, that's
That'd be
fine.
good.
You're taking it to a whole other level, though.
James eats potato chips with chopsticks.
That's smart.
I have.
Don't fuss your fingers with
But
it.
now you can just use a spoon or a fork to eat a potato chip.
Do you ever stab it? Can you stab the center of a potato chip?
No.
Oh.
You slide the chip in between the tines and then you balance it that way.
Okay.
Or you
That's
just
smart.
scoop it.
Or scoop it.
All right. I'm educated.
For anyone wondering what vegetables,
Oh, yes,
please.
I was.
Elaborate.
my mom would put chopped up onions, cucumbers, tomatoes, and green peppers.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
I could see that being good with it's not like so much flavor. Like they're kind of like they'll just add a watery kind of crunch to it.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Get
so
behind that.
you're okay with tomatoes, but not ketchup, aka tomatoes?
No ketchup.
Oh,
No,
my
not on my
God.
French fries.
Ugh.
Sometimes I'll put it on a burger. Sometimes.
Well, you from Chicago? Oh, yeah, that.
Ew. Wow.
No, he's from Long Island.
Is that a thing? You guys don't put ketchup on?
I guess that's a Chicago thing. Is it's illegal to put ketchup on your hot dog.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
a crime.
My next no is when the beetles chained up in Professor Monster's lair thing. I was
Yeah.
going to say a
Yes.
shack. You want to know? Let's call it a shack. And she's just kicking him and is like, you're a hopeless flirt, which, Nicole, I'm a hopeless flirt too. So you going to start kicking me in the ribs with leather boots?
No, but I'll electrocute you.
Okay.
Yeah, my note for that is Amazon Ness is hardcore.
Yes.
Yeah.
Straight up torturing him.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just a love bug, and she's just cruel.
Mm-hmm.
And he realizes that.
Like Herbie.
Yeah,
He just wants to be Herbie.
Yeah, he's a love bug.
Or the love bug virus from the computer ages in the 90s.
Whoa. I don't know what that is.
That's a reference I don't understand.
Oh, it was a virus a computer virus in the 90s that was very bad.
Oh, okay.
It has a Wikipedia, guys. Go find it.
Don't reference things that you don't want to explain.
I just thought
What's
everyone
tastier,
knew.
chlamydia or the love bug virus?
Oh, the love bug virus, okay? Hands down, it's ones and zeros.
Yeah, all those real player
Scrum nom
codes
nom.
getting resetted to 0 again.
AKA dicks and pussies.
Okay.
Wow.
Wow.
That's what ones and zeros
Wow.
are.
Watch your mouth.
I'll watch my mouth, eat some ones and zeros. Because I film myself eat, especially if it's dicks and pussies.
Campbell's binary soup.
My next no is them at the swimming pool. And
Okay, yeah.
this is a conversation that would have went with one of the actors who is going to be diving into this pool and the casting director. So casting director says, so you can swim. Of course, duh, everyone can. And dive? What's that?
You were actually making a point of that. The diving, they just kind of threw themselves on the water.
They're just body slamming. It's real bad, guys.
Yeah.
That was awkward.
It was awkward. Like, all right, at this point, just go in feet first. It's embarrassing.
A lot of actors will say, like, hey, just lie on your, like, in quotes, a resume for, like, your special skills. If they say, hey, can you drive a motorcycle? Say yes. And in the time it takes, hopefully you have some time from getting the part and being cast. Just try your hardest to learn how to drive a motorcycle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same with
Learn how to
diving.
fence. Learn how to dive. Speak Spanish. Yeah.
She got pretty bruised from that scene, I think. Just kind of the way she came down on the water like that. It was pretty rough.
Learn how to be okay with a bug crawling on your titties.
That's a special skill I will never have.
No.
Not on these titties.
Oh, go on Fear Factor. You'll learn.
Oh, God, no.
Well, all right. Would you rather have a bug crawling on you, chained to your neck, or would you eat a bowl of cottage cheese with ketchup?
Oh, God.
It's a two-parter. We'll see you next week.
I'd have to go with the cottage cheese and ketchup. Because, like, a bug, like, you can swat away, but it's chained to you. So no way. I'd have to go with,
So now we know which is worse.
All right, Nicole, would you rather eat a bowl of cottage cheese with ketchup or have a bug, meaning me, chained to you?
Cottage cheese.
No, I want to be chained to you. This is what we should do. We should get nipple piercings and chain each other.
Wow.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, that's a bit that we
We did?
I thought you were just bringing that back up.
Huh?
Did you forget? We did that as a bit in Minneapolis
Oh,
with Brooke.
okay. I thought that was just chaining nipples together, not our nipples
No,
together.
all three of us would be
Oh,
chained
yeah, okay.
together.
I'm just saying you and me chained
Yeah.
at the shin now.
The shin?
Yeah. Like we're in
No.
shackles. Or I'm like, I have a chain leash on and it's chained around your waist.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm going to walk this back to something that I think is really funny, but it might only be funny to me.
I thought you were going to say adorable, which is me being chained to you like a dog.
No. Is to do a would you rather that's like very low stakes. Like the would you rather put ketchup on cottage cheese or wear a bug? But then you like end it with, and you can't kill yourself.
Okay.
And it's like, why? I was not even thinking that. Why would you include it? Yeah.
I think that's funny.
That meme, I don't know if you've seen it. There's a meme that was like, would you rather sound like Jar Jar Binks or look like Jar Jar Binks? You can't kill yourself.
I'd rather sound like Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah.
No.
The ears probably get stuck in places.
Probably, yeah. Makes it.
The eye stalks are just like kind of weird.
Yeah. Constantly watching out for ceiling fans when you walk into a room.
And if I saw all of a sudden started sounding like Jar Jar Binks, I'd set myself apart from all the other horrorcore rappers out there.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, I'm top dog.
You're on the top, baby.
Comatose would be bowing to me.
But actually, you're on the bottom, dog.
Oh, because I'm
you're
at the top of...
chained.
Oh, I thought you were going to say because I'm at the top of
a-
horrorcore. You are at the bottom.
Oh, wow, that's depressing.
Go team. Wow.
I was going with the sub-dom thing, but all right.
I like how she was fully dry when she came out of that pool.
Yes. Yes.
I don't know if we already brought that up.
I love the beetle telling another beetle to go steal a necklace for him.
Yes.
Yeah. And swap out the jewel or something. Yeah.
Like, I love the tugging when like the bug he was like tugging on the pendant. It was so freaking cute.
Yeah. It's a
And then
hard-working beetle.
yeah, then flying it to her was like, oh.
Yeah. And then he lands right in his hand and he's like, thank you, Crush.
No!
Well, didn't he? I thought he did.
He crushed the pendant, right? Right? Didn't he replace the pendant? Like,
He replaced it. He
yeah,
swapped it
crushed the pendant.
with his diamond.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, he did not crush the beetle.
Oh, okay.
Even though that beetle is probably hoping for death now that has lead-based paint.
It's like, you cannot kill yourself. You know? Poor beetle.
My next note is they start fighting because the beetle's trying to come after them, but he's like, I won't hurt you. And he's fighting Spider-Man, and Spider-Man is up in the tree looking down and just kind of thwatting at the beetle, saying, get down. It was very cute and funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, they do a lot on this show, like comparing it to the original. Like at the time this was made, there was the American version, and the American version, if you had maybe 3 minutes of Spider-Man in a 1 hour show, it was like, oh my god, this is Spider-Man. This show, they really try to go for the stunts. Like he's up in the trees, he's up on the ceiling. He's, you know.
They do lean into like he is Spider-Man. He has like the Spider-Man powers, jumping around on this. He's on the ceiling a lot. Like it's not like they just save it for like one
part. At the end, it's like
trick
his
at the
turbo
end,
boost or something. Once an episode, you know.
Like he does it a lot. It was cool.
Sometimes for no reason.
Yeah.
A lot of times for no reason. Yeah.
You know,
It truly is like, the first 15 minutes is whatever, and then the last 10 minutes, we're just seeing Spider-Man.
Yeah. And then, of course, the robot.
Yes.
Marveler and Leopardon.
Change Leopardon.
Who had a little trouble, like,
I don't know
maneuvering.
Are we there yet?
Oh, I don't know if we're there yet, but we'll talk
before
about
we get to the mecha battle.
Yeah, we don't want to.
Any other notes before mecha battle?
I think we're at the mecha battle.
Why does he move so slow? Like, is that factored into like the lore of Leopardon, or is it just since they didn't know how to do mecha battles at that time? He was like so clunky. And he does lots of like ranged attacks. Like he never like fights.
Footage purposes.
Oh, okay. But yeah, he was like kind of like super clunky and slow. I mean, I love him.
If you are going to do the whisper, like guarding your hand.
Oh, sorry. It's for the stock footage effect. The ranged attack. Sorry. For the kids at home, stock footage.
Yeah, that's true.
Is that
if you watched
That's absolutely getting cut out.
No, that's all being left in. If you've seen that, Disney Plus had a documentary about Marvel, and one of the documentaries was about this.
Yeah, we watched it.
They lined up footage that they would use for every single episode at like the same. It was for like 28 episodes. They would use the same footage for so much of the mech battle to the point where these ones suck. It's absolutely dreadful. And I think they might also just walk slowly for two reasons. One, if that thing broke any part of the suit, they were fucked. And then two, so you had to be careful. But two, it probably moves slow because they're like, well, we need that time.
Right. Okay.
Oh, yeah,
It's also like the first mech.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, they just hadn't like figured it out yet.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I mean, you had Godzilla and stuff.
You had Ultraman, you had all that, but
Sure.
for what it was, it could have been like their first go at it.
Because they were probably used to like foam suits at the time, where this is like the first maybe like I don't know what's like hard plastic or whatever they were using.
Who knows?
Yeah, who knows?
Yeah.
Slow.
But it was awesome. I love Leopardon.
Leopardon is so cool.
I love that like he has like the leopard head in the ship mode. And it has absolutely no bearing whatsoever on robot mode. It's not it's just like stuck on his back. Like I have a leopard head on my back. Like it's just there. It's not like it opens up into wings or something. Like zero bearing whatsoever on the robot mode.
But it's cool, guys.
It's amazing.
Yes. Leopardon.
Nicole, do you have any notes on any more, I guess I should say?
Robot bugs get horny too.
Oh, yeah, they do. And my last note is that this Kabuton, he retained his insect soul while being a machine, which is like when I worked at Vivid Seats.
Uh-huh.
That place sucked. It's a terrible corporation, and you have to retain your soul, or you need to just leave your soul at the door in order to continue working there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Listen to our many other episodes where I discuss that, probably mainly on the Patreon. That's when Lil Corey and I go deeper into the shady business practices of that place.
Yikes.
They're a ticket resale marketplace, so if you are aware of the atrocities Ticketmaster will do on the business, think of people who their goal is to buy all those tickets from Ticketmaster, then just resell them at a jacked up price. We don't have time to get into that, but what we do have time to get into is Spider-Man. He was bit by a spider and got spider powers. So if you were to get powers from an animal, what animal would you want to be bit by? And how would you use those powers to take down the Iron Cross army?
Say a wolf.
Ooh.
You got like you can sniff out evil and you're kind of fast and claws of justice. Yeah,
That would be
there
a
you go, wolf.
falcon, I think. A falcon. Yes, you can swoop down and keep an eye on them.
Ah.
Also, claws.
Talons. Talons of justice.
Talons from the sky.
Yes, I like it.
This is a great team, a wolf and a wolf man and falcon man.
Mm-hmm.
See that?
Yeah.
Look at that.
The wolf and falcon fighting crime. Watch out, criminals, you're due in time.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Falcon and the wolf.
Now make one for a moth and a
Sea cucumber.
sea cucumber.
'Cause that was ours.
Does anything rhyme with cucumber?
Cucumber. Lumber.
Slumber.
Lumber.
And slumber.
Ooh, slumber, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Gonna make criminals go to slumber. I don't know. I see cucumber.
During the day, he's an average plumber, but at night, he's a sea cucumber.
Yes.
There you go.
Perfect.
There you go. What about the moth, though?
Moth.
Hoth.
What?
Yeah. Her icy glare is colder than Hoth.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
She'll freeze you in your spot, 'cause she is the moth.
Ooh.
Moths don't freeze.
They scare me so much that I stop in my tracks.
Okay, got it.
She'll have you dressed in orange cloth.
Yes.
Oh,
Like a prison
yeah.
jumpsuit.
Yeah.
This is why they are popular on the music sites, and we are shit, Nicole.
Yeah.
No. Ridiculous.
I mean, no, when we're talking about popularity, you guys are popular, and then comparatively, shit.
No. I have to like beg you, like, James, can you please retweet this? Like, I worked really hard on it. Can you retweet it?
Send him the cake.
And then you retweet it, and I get like thousands of loves.
Okay, which is weird. When you guys retweet our stuff, that same thing happens.
Where's our cake?
I'll show you my ass.
What? No.
Whoa.
Wow.
please.
Wow. For the kids at home, that means butt.
Well, we have seen your recent album cover, so that's pretty close.
Which album cover?
The one where you're
sexy
a
one.
bit
The
scantily
thirst trap.
clad.
The OnlyFans single? What was it called?
Wait, the Exploding Load one?
No, the thirst trap that you posted.
Well, that's not a single cover. That's just a promotional tool.
Okay.
And you saw that promotional tool, okay, guys?
I got your promotional tool right here.
It wouldn't be a album cover aspect ratio. It needs to be 1x1.
Okay. All right.
Or 2x2, because that's still 1x1.
Yeah. Ratios.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and the announcer. Sorry, just to bring it back to the show real quick. I love how the end of that episode was so freaking abrupt. The narrator just basically told you, like, we see the monster explode, I think, right?
Yeah, and they're like, we need to wrap this up real quick.
And the narrator wraps it up in like 6 seconds with this exposition. It's like, what just happened? Hold on to your spirit, spider. I don't know. It just cut out real quick. So it's just like a very quickly, like, we got to move this along. We spent too much time on the bug love.
See, Nicole? I told you.
What?
These episodes end abruptly.
Yeah, okay.
I said that like 4 episodes ago, and I'm like, yeah, all of these end this way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. We'll have to pay attention.
They stopped filming, and they're like, we'll wrap it up in post.
We'll fix it in post. Yeah.
Do we have footage of Spider-Man running or Spider-Man driving? And then that's what we see.
Yeah.
And that's it. Yeah. Go, narrator. You had 20 seconds in the booth. Half a minute's budget.
Wrap it up.
And that's our episode, guys.
Yeah. Woo.
Thank you so much for being here.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, much appreciated.
Yeah.
Do you guys have anything to plug?
Well, we have
Our
the
big deck.
Oh, our huge deck.
Yeah.
I mean, we love plugging that deck. Oh yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, It Takes Two to Toku on all socials: Twitter, Instagram, YouTube. And I'm starting up a little new show on YouTube, Craig Talks Toku. Just kind of like my week in Toku. It's just like just random. Like I can't imagine anyone being interested in it, but it's just like what I did, what I watched, what
May
we
contain
watched.
spoilers.
Yeah, some spoilers. So keep up. And like whatever toys I'm working on, I built a model kit the other day. And yeah, so It Takes Two to Toku, and now Craig Talks Toku on YouTube. Check it out.
What is a Toku series, or specifically maybe a Toku movie that you have vowed like, oh, I'm never going to watch that. No, thank you. I have no interest in.
Garo. Yeah.
Was it Garo?
Garo?
Like
You
the adult, like, after I've never gotten into it.
I think we tried like half an episode. We just couldn't get into it. So it was like,
Okay.
Garo is not for us.
All right. Then this is how many like subscribers or viewers on one of your Craig Talks Toku would be like, oh, that's a great amount.
If an episode got 1,000 views, or no, I shouldn't name that high, 500 views.
Okay. All right.
That within 2 weeks or something.
The first episode, if it gets 500 views, will you do a watch along of the first episode while eating cottage cheese with a little bit of ketchup?
Oh. Well, how can I say no
We'll
to
watch
that?
Garo while eating cottage cheese and ketchup. There you go.
if the first episode of Craig Talks Toku gets 500 views.
All right. Hell yeah. We're going to make this happen.
Delicious. Delicious. And we're going to have a really tight
Live
close-up
stream,
on his
yeah.
face while he's eating it, like with the hand shaking and the dribble.
Oh, God.
And well, his eyes are looking away from the screen like, oh, why? Like, yeah, the art direction's really cool, but why is there's boobies here?
Choking on tears and ketchup.
Uh-huh.
All right. Hell yeah. Nicole, what you got to plug?
As always, I'm Darling Homebody on social medias. Visit darlinghomebody.com for all the stuff that I make. And join the Darling Homebody Society for a monthly sticker or magnet.
Hell yeah. Hey guys, head over to mlmpod.com to find out information about my other podcasts, such as Formulaic, a podcast in script writing, The Height of Horror, Sweet Child of Time, Hit It and Crit It, and oh my God, Sweaty Time Pro Wrestling. Please, everyone listen to that show. Because I told Sean if we don't have at least 30 weekly listeners by the end of season 1 of Lucha Underground, we can't keep doing it and we're going to have to do Veggie Pails. Oh, yeah. Which we'll be watching Veggie Tales, and I don't think he wants us to do that.
Yeah, definitely not.
Yeah, he's going to dread that. Or we'll just do Hollywood heel turn. People are going to be like, I'll actually just wait until you guys start doing Veggie Pails. That is much more interesting. No, guys, Lucha Underground, that's the series we're discussing right now on Sweaty Time Pro Wrestling. It is the greatest, not only wrestling show I've ever seen, but among the greatest just television shows I've ever seen. It's so good. Check it out. And listen to my music under Marshland Monster. Got a new single with Dragon Boy Suede coming out called Ill-Fated Brigade. That drops July 7th. It's a good time, guys. Check it out. And head over to patreon.com/MLMpod, where for $5 a month, you get exclusive content every single Friday. This Friday, tomorrow, Engage with Nicolas Cage. We are discussing The Ant Bully. Find out if the movie is good at all. And if you're a $10 patron, yeah, I'm projecting my opinion right now.
I wonder where he falls on this issue.
Or maybe it just is a movie. That might be my opinion. It's a movie, guys. And if you're a $10 patron, you get monthly exclusive content in the form of Straight to Patreon right now, where we discuss a straight-to-video movie with a friend. Nicole, did you hit up Melzer yet?
No.
All right, you should probably hit up Melzer. And you also get shout-outs on every single free feed podcast, so let's begin with those, starting with
Steve F.
Eric Berry of Ranger Command Power Hour.
Dang it.
No, you
I
said
did it. Oh, I did do it.
And that's why I pointed at you to do the third one.
Alex.
Yes,
Z.
the Waz. Orion, formerly Defo, he'll be a producer soon. Jordan B, the Chaos Witch. My Bickle, your brother, but my brother in common law. Joshua Jacobs, Steve Barnes, a sweet child of time. The womb in which I emerged, my mother. Lil Corey's BFF and soon to be former roommate Shane. That fed. Twitch.tv/Corwinning. It's Corwin. And of Formulaic and the Rom Complex, it's R2 Shelby 2. And I've been James.
I'm Nicole.
I've been Craig.
I'm still Steve.
And we've been Mostly Speaking Spider-Man. Did we do Mostly Speaking Spider-Man up top? Or
yes.
did we do? Okay, all right. See you guys. Bye.
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 This has been a Marshland Media production, produced by James McCullum. For more content, please visit mlmpod.com. To support our network and have access to exclusive podcasts, head over to patreon.com/MLMpod and sign up today. Oh, yeah. Wait, actually, hold on. The feeder's going off right now, so we got to wait like 15 seconds. It's Nicole singing through a speaker. We should record that someday, so people
Why?
so then we could be like, "Hey guys, this is what we're referring to when that goes off."
What if I died and then that went off? That'd be so depressing.
Yeah, I'd cry all the time.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, I'm editing a show and you're talking. I'm like,
Yeah.
Because it's like this is the final mostly speaking Sentai. I gotta edit. Well, final with Nicole. I'd keep going, guys.
Oh, hi.
Oh,
I'd probably replace you with I guess Ashley. I'd have to.
yeah.
Or your mom.
Yeah, you'd have to.
Or your grandmother.
Wow, yeah.
Yes.
One of those three.
All great choices.
Or in like 13 years, your soon-to-be niece. Because any time before then, she's not going to be funny.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not going to be coherent. Not going to be sharp-witted. I'll have her on as a guest beforehand.
You could replace me with Regina.
Oh, yeah, I guess I could. But no, it needs to be a Jacus.
Okay.
All right.
Only one of those people is technically a Jacus.
Oh, two of them. I said your grandmother and your sister.
She's not a Jacus.
She's married in.
She's a Musk now.
Who? Oh, yep, you're right. I thought you meant your grandmother isn't technically a Jacus because she married into being a Jacus.
No.
All right, can I read the intro?
I guess.
All right.